Okay, hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I can see we have a very international group tonight. Welcome, Hungary in the house. I know we got Hungarian translation. If you guys are watching in Hungarian right now, you need to click on Portuguese for the Hungarian translation. Welcome, welcome. Guys, just write down in your where you're from, what country are you representing tonight? Romania in the house, amazing. Cyprus in the house. Kenya, Uganda, Sweden. Amazing. Norway in the house, Jamaica. Wicked. Get to travel all around the world tonight. So, if this is the first time we're meeting tonight, guys, my name is Efrosyni. I get the pleasure to be your host tonight as we get ready to bring a very powerful lady on. A lady that I'm sure is going to light things up tonight because she's literally on fire. Now, if you haven't already done this, I highly recommend get rid of this distraction. If you're going to use this, put it in airplane mode so you can take some notes. But if anything, you want to be 100% present because I'm telling you, the lady that I'm going to bring on shortly, she's creating such huge momentum right now, such huge fire. You don't want to miss a word that she's saying. Because sometimes you're literally one or two sentences away from changing your whole business. But if you're not present, you might miss that moment. And it just comes and flies straight past you. It could be just one sentence that gives you that aha moment that enables you to make a decision that changes the direction of your business. And at the beginning, it could be a little small direction that it changes, just a little 5mm shift. But over time, it becomes a dramatic shift. So get ready, okay? The lady that I'm going to bring on, I had the pleasure of meeting her, quite a few years ago. And I kept on hearing about this lady creating huge waves over in Africa, creating huge waves in Uganda. And more recently, as well, as we embarked on our new journey in Sirkaren in the last few months, I've just seen the way that she works hard. This lady, when she sets her mind on something, I'm telling you, nothing can get in her way. She's a mother of, you gotta remind me, girl, I think 4 children? She could be 5 children. Every time I hear it, I'm blown away. 6 children. Oh my God, 6 children. I can't even imagine what that would be like. 6 children. And she's a businesswoman. And on top of that, she's a shaker and a mover. Right now, she's got some crazy momentum in our company secret. She's already on Ruby and she's getting ready to pop Diamond at lightning speed. Guys, without further ado, help me give a virtual applause for Hadassah from Uganda. Queen Hadassah in the house. How are you, girl?
I'm good. How you doing, everyone? I'm from Uganda, yes, but right now I'm dialing in from Juba in South Sudan. It's about 35, 35 minutes of flight, from Uganda. It's in the northern part, a little bit out of Uganda in the north. Yes. Nice to meet all of you.
Amazing. And Hadassah, tell us a little bit about what the last few months and the last few weeks have been for you. Tell us firstly your story, how you got started with Secret, a little bit about your background, and then we're going to go a little bit more specifically about what's happening right now.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you once again for this opportunity. It's such a great honor and a privilege to actually work with you and to be invited by you to share with your team. So it's such an amazing, such an honor and a privilege. So my name is Hadassah Were. I am a publicist. I love to say that I'm a publicist. I studied public relations. I mastered in it. I also studied tourism. It was my first degree. And got married at a very, very extremely young age. Met my husband a little bit. I was about to make 18 years of age. Met my husband. We have 6 children. 4 of them are biological. 2 of them, the older ones, I met them with my husband. And in our culture, they become your children, and they love me to call them mom. Mom. And And so I had never done anything in network marketing and all that. So I saw this amazing opportunity, 5 years ago through a very wonderful friend, a dear friend called Karen. And she actually came with Martin, and I think Martin is on this call, and they, shared the concept with me. And, coming from a background where you have a master's, I was looking at it as a lazy way to make money. And I looked at this gentleman sharing this opportunity with me, and my friend was just having coffee. She knew what I was going to say. But when they started to share about the travel, I was very intrigued. I was very excited. I used to take 1 or 2 trips, per year. And so when they shared the concept on travel, I was all sold in. And, 5 years down the road, I've enjoyed network marketing. I thank God that I started on travel. God started with Secret now in last year in December. And of course, we had the preamble that we're going to be doing skincare products. I am sort of a spiritual person. So I've traveled to Israel 5 times for spiritual reasons. And I had a little bit of the taste of Dead Sea products, but I mean, they were quite expensive and just buying them, because there are so many, there are so many brands, but they're quite expensive. Secret actually is set apart from, because there is Ahava, there is Sea of Spa, there are quite a number of brands, but Secret is one of those that is set apart. You don't even find them in the factories, like on the tables. You find them like stacked away in a very beautiful, display. So it was one of those products that you would buy with, like you have saved to buy it, because it's very expensive. So I heard that that there was a Jewish lady who had moved to Acacia Mall, one of our biggest malls. And I'm telling you, going to just try on just the body scrub was, and ask the price was pretty expensive. So when I heard that we were going to be transitioning to Secrets, I was super excited. For me, not for the MLM. I was excited about the products, because I know how much they cost. I know how it was, how it was a problem just getting them to Uganda and all that. And the lady who was selling them, the Jewish lady, moved to Nairobi. So we weren't even able to have access, except if we traveled, traveled on those trips. So I was very excited. I'm already doing cosmetics as a business. I've been running a cosmetic procurement company for about over 10 years. So I was already procuring spas and giving them cosmetics. I was already sharing, skincare and all that. I think some of you had seen my YouTube channel. I was already doing skincare. So it was such an amazing blend, when they said Secret is, we're going to transition to a product, MLM. I was excited about. I was not excited in the beginning about the money, but hearing from Matt Morris and getting the lead from my upline Martin Diho, and that assurance that all will be well. I said, oh my God, I'm already doing products. I will absolutely, kill this deal. So for me, even before we did the launch, when America had started, I found out that there were some of these products already in Nairobi. So what I did, I just invested some money, sent for these products. They came by bus to Uganda, from Nairobi to Uganda. Of course, it was pretty expensive because it was by retail. But the reason why I wanted is, of course, having the knowledge about cosmetology, already doing the business in cosmetics, I wanted to be able to share, to start on these products right away before, the market in Uganda started, so that I can have information. I'm able to test, the age defying. I'm able to test all these other products, and so that when we started, I had already had a feel and a taste of these products, especially with the green line. And it was just exciting to encourage the team that this is actually going to work, and this is going to be amazing, since I had an experience of them. Yep.
Amazing. And it's so cool that you had that experience before Hadassah, because the thing is, I remember I experienced the products accidentally in 2012 as well. And anybody that experienced the products first, even if they experienced it a few years beforehand or something like that, literally, it's one of those things that they can't get out of their mind. They always remember it. We did a presentation tonight here in Cyprus, and there was 2 ladies there, and one of them said, I tried the products years ago and I've been looking for them. So the fact that we got such quality products make our job easier. So tell me a little bit, so coming into Secret, what was your first few months like? and what clicked that made you to create this amazing momentum that you've got right now?
Amazing. So I'm telling you, oh my God, what can I say? Just waiting, it's like waiting for your long awaited lover, and he's coming from an amazing a trip, and you know how much fun you're going to have, and catching up with that love and all that. So that was us just waiting, months of getting people prepared. We were transitioning, we were getting into a new love, a new relationship. We had already had our fingers burnt with the old one. So the excitement, you can imagine the excitement with a new love, a new, I feel that is the analogy I can use. That excitement, we had saved money for it. I had a couple of ladies. I don't know if one of the ladies on call, Anita Katiti, she's over 60 years, and we had saved, and we were talking about it, and we were waiting and expecting, and boom, when it happened, people were ready to do the lovely day. People were ready to do the have it all, even though we were buying it under US, we were willing and ready, and that excitement alone, just promoting and advertising that Anita has bought the lovely day. You promote another person and says Rose has qualified for mission 1. That excitement just started rolling. It was a ripple effect. It just started getting everyone excited. Just even posting pictures on social media, on your WhatsApp status and stories. Even those in the beginning who were not excited about product, because we had a number of them who were resistant, who kept saying, I'm not going to do products. I'm not going to sell products. But, it was, the onus was on, us, the leadership, Martin and I, and, several leaders, Joanna, Jackie, the onus was on us to create the excitement, even though we had not experienced, the full benefit of the product, but just to create the excitement, just to show them just the sacrifice that you're buying these products, the sacrifice that you're still in this, the sacrifice that we are beginning something new. Forget about the past. Let's just begin something new. And I remember sitting down at one of the places that we do our presentation. One of the cafes, we were seated with Joanna, Martin, and I, and we had a bit of bad blood, a bit of bad blood in the former company. Secret in Uganda and secret in other countries is because of that move that Martin, our leader, made, just bringing us and unifying me with Joanna, my leader, and that caused such an amazing, an amazing unity in Uganda, where now everyone was seen to work together. I remember that day. Is the past, we're beginning a new love affair, we're beginning something new. We don't want to start it with bad blood. And I'm telling you, that set the pace, because just working in unity and working together and knowing that this person wishes you well, I believe was what set Uganda ablaze. I mean, coming in with the products was just a bonus, coming in with the products was just a bonus. And, the excitement of having something new, something we had never experienced. And I believe that made Uganda what it is right now. So of course, even when you start a relationship, that Efrosyni, along the way, you just get used to each other. So you just get used to each other. So all we knew is always bringing in new blood. And that's why we came for the Africa and Europe launch in Dubai. And, we were always encouraging people. We wanted to lead from the front. We wanted to make sure that are seeing us putting people in the system. People are seeing us, doing the action that we speak, ensuring that we are on the Zoom calls, ensuring that we are showing people. We're always taking pictures where we're having in the cafe, having, doing these presentations, doing the demos. We're laughing at Martin, joking with him as he learned how to do the mascara, and we're learning very new things, and that was exciting, and we ensure that we keep that, going. Then came lockdown in Uganda. Of course, before lockdown, they came the elections, then the lockdown, then another lockdown. And we thought, okay, Ugandans are not very good with Zoom, but we must do it. I remember, we talking about it and saying, guys, we must start the Zooms, and we started the Zooms. Then the excuses started and people started saying, oh my God, people are not going to buy because we're in a lockdown. People are not going to, we want to prove to our leaders, wanted to prove to the people that even during lockdown, we are still sowing, we are still planting. Because you see, for me, I understood, and the leadership in Uganda, we understood that no one is going to be paid for the time their home broke down. A farmer will not be paid for the time their home broke down. A farmer will not be paid for the time he divorced his wife, or he had, a bad season in his marriage. The farmer will only be paid for what he planted in the good time and in the bad time. That is where the harvest will come from. You cannot complain about the results that you have not put in. I mean, we were going through a lockdown, but we were putting people in the system. We were on this Zoom calls. We were keeping the momentum, going, because we wanted to show the team that with or without a lockdown, we can still do it. People were buying packages of $600. We were inviting, and people were saying no, and others were saying, oh, people don't have money. But we wanted to prove to people that there is money in Uganda. Then I started, I had a friend of mine that I knew prior in our former company. I had got in touch with her. I knew she was a very fiery person. I kept in touch with her. She failed to meet me. She's on this call. She's called Letitia, because she works in Juba. So she'd come a few days and then, a few weeks and then back into Juba. And I kept getting in touch. And I tell you, if you're on this call, if God is insisting that you must meet someone, there is a reason. Many times when I feel I have no grace sufficient for me to follow up on Letitia, on let's say Efrosyni, I let that go. But when someone's name is always recurring, you go to look at your list and you say, but did I talk to Letitia? Did I, then that is the person. Don't give up on the person. I came from Forging of Champions, and we had decided that we're going to put 30 people in the system. I didn't put any for the first week. Second week, nobody. Third week, and I was showing these people. I was showing, and then we would have a call every Saturday with Martin and other teams. We're having a call and they're asking, how many people have you put in? And I'm a leader. And I'm saying, oh my God. And people are saying 3, 4, and I'm a leader. I haven't put in any people, but I knew I was doing my part. I was planting, I was making my list. I was doing my online presentations. I was doing my follow-ups. And then boom, out of the people that I was I remember that day I invited Letitia to come on the call. I invited about 10 people, only 2 showed up. Letitia just watched it for 5 minutes. She had internet issues, got off, but I kept sending her the Zoom call. When you get time. Then one day she reaches out to me and she says, oh my God, Hadassah, today I have very good internet. Please send me the link. I put her on the call and she listens to the presentation and she calls me. That we talked for hours and hours, and I was sharing with her. She says, okay, now let's do business. Let me get registered. So I show her online. I was in Uganda, she was in Juba. I show online how to do the registration. We do the registration. Then I tell her, now open your back office. You need to make a purchase, because I've explained to you how. She said, oh no, I'll make a purchase next week. I said, you're joking. You have to make a purchase today. You understand the vision for the income. And I know she's so result oriented, and she's someone who loves making money. She's very open-minded, and she was not moving with the income. So I had someone prior to that. I ignored her. We got off the call, and then I had someone who had said that they were going to give me $525 to buy them products, the anti-aging products, and they didn't want to do the business. They just wanted me to buy in their site. So I said, let me give Letitia, because I know this girl's potential. Let me give her an opportunity and push her to Mission 1. And that's exactly what I did. That night was around midnight. I sent Letitia a message. I said, okay, I have managed to push you to Mission 1. Now I want you to do 2, 3. Girl, you do not know what you're missing if you are not actively involved in this. Letitia didn't sleep that night, and I have hardly slept since 22 days I put Letitia in the system. She was first of all, she was very humbled that I did that sacrifice for her. And she said, if you've done this for me, you have showed me an example of how I can push someone, especially when I know that they have the potential. And this is what we've done. We said we put 5 people in the system, 5 on the left, 5 on the right, get them to actually buy products, at least bare minimum of 150, so that we can have that duplication. She said, no, we're gonna do 250. And I'm looking at her and I'm saying, in a pandemic, she said, yes, And indeed, we did. Letitia's team, the 8 people that she put on board, 4 on the left, 4 on the right, have all at least reached the rank of bronze. At least reached the rank of bronze.
That's such a crazy story. So 8 personals, and they've all reached the rank of bronze at least. I mean, guys, this is ridiculous duplication. But I want to highlight one thing that you did, Hadassah. You kept on being persistent. How many people sometimes they show someone, they invite them, and they see them log off, and they're like, oh, well, it's not for them, and they prejudge them. They're protecting their ego, so they don't chase, they don't follow up, but you just kept on being there, being persistent, just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit, until it was the right time. That's, guys, there's power in the follow up. So I know that Letitia is, I've made her co-host. So I would love to hear, Letitia, if you're there, your co-host, you can actually unmute yourself. Just share from your side, just, 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes, a little bit your story, and being on the receiving end of Hadassah as well. And that moment that you just made the decision, you decided to join, and you said, let's go.
Hi, I made the call, and I'll tell you, I'm very, very excited. Secrets is just the best thing that ever happened to all of us. Those who are still sleeping, I don't know when they'll wake up, but this is the best thing that could happen to anyone. Just a few minutes ago, I was sharing with my colleague that Hadassah just met here at my apartment. I know he always told me he doesn't do these things, but just a few minutes ago, we spoke. And he's actually considering it because of the money that I just shared with him. I told him, can you believe I shared my account? I shared my mom's account with my downline. I shared my sister's account with him. And then he asked me, but how do these people pay all this money? Where do they get this money? So Secrets is amazing. It amazes me so much when I go down to some of my downlines accounts and see all this money. Actually, it's still puzzling me how Secrets is able to do this. It's amazing. So anyway, back to where I began. Hadassah, like she said, I don't want to repeat that too much. She kept following up on me for a very long time, actually. And because I work 8 weeks in Juba, come back home for just 1 week, we found it very difficult to meet. The last time I actually came down, and I was supposed to meet her Monday morning when I had a flight that same afternoon, and we couldn't make it. But thank God for the lockdown. There's always a positive with everything. The lockdown enabled us to have these Zoom calls. So Hadassah actually invited me to listen to a call, and when I listened in, that was it for me. We spoke after the call. I asked her a few questions, and then we got started. My internet, actually, my internet was not too good, but that's not the reason I actually didn't sign up myself. At the time, my card didn't have enough money. And but I had mobile money. Mobile money is the network for the phone. It had some money, so I told her, let me send you the money so you can help me sign me up with your card. She said, okay, fine, because I was all fired up to get started. I sent her the money. They signed me. I think they didn't sign me up that night. I don't know what the problem was that night, but they signed me up the next day and shared the details with me. And that very evening, Hadassah did something that actually woke me up. It woke up everything that was sleeping in me. When she actually made a purchase and finished the mission 1 for me, and she sent a message and she's like, boom, Letitia, finish your mission 1, finish your 2 and 3. I was like, okay. So I asked her many questions because I was new. So what is this about? She explained to me, to finish mission 2 is cumulative. You need to add it up to 800. I told myself I'm not sleeping tonight until I finish mission 3. I called up everybody, called up my mom, called up all those people that I care about first. Those are my first lines. I called up my sons in Ohio. I got them on board because I could see the big picture. the big picture, which is South Sudan, you know. And yeah, we got started. And I was done with mission 3 that night. And within the week, Hadassah kept encouraging me. She told me, now you see, on the right, you're left with 1-3 to hit bronze. On the left, you're left with 800 to hit bronze. You can do it. You can actually do it this week. And I kept telling her, you know, you need to come to Juba because I don't have the product. So how am I going to do this? Please come to Juba. She's like, Letitia, if you hit bronze, I'll come to Juba. I'm like, okay, you know, the fact that she kept pushing me and putting the goals before me, telling me that it's possible. She told me she did it in a day. She told me Martin did it in hours. I was like, okay, if they can do it, why not me? I mean, she knows exactly how to push someone, but I think we can all pick a leaf from this. She hit up the goals in my face, and she never let me think that it's impossible. If she could do it in a day, and I'm here thinking I might not even do it in a week. So that's what pushed me. I told myself if she could do it if Martin could do it in hours, if she could do it in a day, then I can do it too. So I kept pushing, I kept sharing the link for people to come and join in on the Zoom link. And boom, that same week, I think even not the whole week, it was 4 days, I was already bronze, just like that. And then I had $475. And then of course it was already Monday the week, because the system delayed to update someone that had come in to finish her mission 1, and that delayed me on one side. But it reflected on a Monday, I think. So the next week was now the real fiery beat. Now I was all geared up, I was all in. So the next week, then I realized, okay, so it's cumulative. I kept asking Hadassah, no, now what? She kept taking me step by step, step by step. She didn't give me everything at one go. So we concentrated on step by step. One step, we hit that step, we go to the next. She's like, okay, now you're bronze. Next is Royale. You only need 3,000 on the left, 3,000 on the right. And these are the many persons that you're looking at. And then when I got to that point, I realized we learned something from Martin, which we didn't know before that your mission 1 will not move except if you as an individual agent has put in $250. We also learned that for you to finish mission 2, you cannot finish it except if you have your own or you have brought products worth $400 as an agent. That was learned. We also learned that you cannot finish mission 3 except if as an individual agent you bought products worth $600.
We cannot hear you. I don't know if it's your Wi-Fi. But
everyone can hear me?
Yeah, now you're back. Awesome.
Where did I stop? Where did you lose me at?
So basically you were talking about the missions.
The missions? Yes, so I can't remember exactly where that was, but anyway, she took me up to the next part. I finished the mission 3, of course, and then she told me how to get to become a bronze. Then I became a bronze in 4 days, and then she told me now, we went step by step. She said, now for you to go onto Royale, you need 3,000 on the left, 3,000 on the right. And then trying to figure out, how do I get 3,000 on the right, 3,000 on the left? The 250 was not working for me. Hadassah, I remember I mentioned that we went for 250. 250 was not working. And shortly after that, we also learned that people's missions were not moving, you know, and we were wondering why people were in the system, many people below others, but the system was not moving. The missions were not moving. Then we got onto a call with Martin, who made it clear to us. So we learned that someone needs to come in with $600 actually, if they want to finish mission 1, 2, and 3. So then we embarked on a journey of $629. So when I learned that I was left with 3,000 on the left, 3,000 on the right, I divided that by 600 to get the number of people that I need to put in the system to hit Royale. And I hit Royale in 2 days after that. That was a Wednesday, the second week. And then I learned that to hit silver, I needed 3,000 on the left, 3,000 on the right. We did the same thing as silver in the same week. And then, of course, came the gold. The gold was a pitch a bit higher, double pitch, 6,000. You know, I needed to add 6,000 on the left, 6,000 on the right. We worked hard with that $600. We don't do $250 anymore, because then you cannot go back to your team and tell them now to finish mission 2. You need to add some money. You can't keep going back to your team to tell them to add money or to buy more products, because then you also lose money in shipping costs when you keep buying. Come in with your 600 at one go, incur one cost for shipping, and that's it. And then you just need one more person on your left, and you're already at mission 3. And then, of course, the other thing we're doing so well in my team is the teamwork. The teamwork, working together as a team. We are so united. Everybody gets their people. Every morning we know who is finishing what today, who is accomplishing what today, who is finishing mission 1, we finished mission 1 at the start, but who is finishing mission 3 today, who is bronzing up today, who is royaling up today, who's making silver today, so that is how our team works. When people get on, some people on board on the Zoom calls, we do 3-way calls and we finish them here in Hadassah. Sometimes I speak one-on-one with those people that were on the Zoom calls, and then we place them. We place them together as a team. We grow together, because in this business, if the people below you don't win, you don't win. So we win together, and there's power in working together as a team in this business.
Absolutely. Letitia, you're on fire, girl. That was amazing. And I love how you broke it down, because it was like, look, you get to Royale, it's just another 3,000, you get to go silver. And then you get to go to silver, another few thousand, you go to gold. And this is one of the things that sometimes people miss, that the quicker you move through the ranks, the smaller the gap. Whereas if you take too long to move through the ranks, then because the volume keeps changing, then you're always chasing the next rank. Letitia, you're on fire, girl. I can't wait to see you celebrate platinum. And just before we get ready to wrap things up, I want to highlight, there's so many gold nuggets there, guys. But here's one of the things that Letitia said: thank goodness there was a lockdown. See, one person's obstacle becomes another person's opportunity. Some people see the lockdown, that the lockdown was something that stopped them, and they say, look, I can't build a business right now, there's a lockdown. Some people say, thank goodness there's a lockdown, because people are home, they got no distractions, they can jump on a Zoom and see an opportunity to change their life. Same situation, two totally different mindsets, two totally different results. And just to wrap things up, Hadassah, back over to you, my dear. As a closing statement, I would love for you to basically say a couple of words as a closing statement to people watching this right now that are wondering what's possible for them. What's your piece of advice in terms of what they should be focusing on to create new possibilities?
Thank you very much. For me, I love this quote by Jesse Owens. And for him, he says that in the end, it's that extra effort that separates the winners from the second place, okay? So if you're making that extra effort every single day, it's going to separate you from that person watching Netflix and making excuses. Because you see, many people say, I'm still in the game. You reach out to them and say, oh, I didn't hear from you today. And they say, I'm still in the game. I'm still in the Hadassah. I'm still with you. I'm still with you. But you see, quitting is progressive. Quitting is not when you finally say, lock my account, I'm done with secret. Quitting is progressive. Quitting is when you decide to do something else and not make your list that day. It is when you decide to put off updating your list, when you decide not to invite because someone yesterday gave you a no, when you decide to take everyone's no as your final no, and then you do not invite for the next day because you saw yesterday I invited, nobody got on. Quitting is when you don't appear on Zoom. Quitting is when you don't reach out to your upline or your sponsor and let them know your progress. Quitting is finally when you're giving. You know, when you give in, and because it's accumulative of all the indisciplines that you have been making over a period of time, boom, you're out of the game. You know, you're out of them, out of the game. Many of them tell me, oh, you know, Hadassah, right now my child is sick. And yes, probably it's true, your child is sick. Oh, something happened. Yes. But in the midst of all that, like I said, a farmer will still sow because he knows that he has to feed his family. So in the midst, like I was telling people during the lockdown, I lost a very close relative. During that time, Letitia didn't know I was building with her. She didn't know that during that time she was calling me, but I was struggling with someone who had just died, my cousin sister. I was struggling with my brother-in-law who had just died. I was still planting even in my very, very hard time because I didn't want to break that momentum. I didn't want to break my rhythm. I didn't want to break my discipline. I didn't want to break that. Even when people didn't know I was on Zooms here, coordinating the Zooms here, but I had another Zoom of a funeral here, and I had to appear on the funeral using my laptop, and here my Zoom is on the presentation, and it is happening because I realized that I cannot break that rhythm. I cannot break that rhythm. So what will separate me, what will separate Letitia Efrosyni will be that extra effort that we are putting in, and that will make us the winners. So that will be my closing statement.
And what a powerful closing statement, my sister. Honestly, that, you know, the sacrifices that champions make, that's what makes the difference between a champion and someone at second base, is the sacrifices. And I know you've made a lot of sacrifices. You deserve every single piece of success that you get. I want to be right there in the front row celebrating you every single step. And guys, with 29 days left until Journey, which is our next big event around the corner. Remember, Journey is the biggest leadership factory system, the training that Marcus Setter has put together. We had Forging of Champions. You heard Hadassah, despite all the challenges, they found a way. They came to Forging of Champions, the first official Europe, Middle East, and Africa event for Secret. They came over, they flew a bunch of hours to make that happen. That was their launch. Now we got a Journey, so we can basically take it to the next step and create the next level of leadership. If you have not booked your ticket for Journey, I am telling you, huge chances are you're gonna regret it, because something's about to happen this weekend. Some of the top leaders, Martin, Hadassah, already know. This weekend, we're about to make the biggest announcements in the history of Secret. Biggest enhancements that I'm telling you that the last few months have been a really good warm-up. We're getting ready for explosive momentum. But if you want to capitalize on that explosive momentum, you need to be in Croatia. Thank you for tuning in, guys. We will post the recording on YouTube. Hadassah, Letitia, ladies, you're on fire. I can't wait to see every single one of you guys over in Croatia.